People under age 65 with private insurance in the U.S. pay 400% or 4 times more than they do in the U.K. for statins to reduce their cholesterol.
That's amazing. I mean, it just shows you the power of Big Pharma and how they're milking what they can. And of course, when you have big organizations like Universal Healthcare that's in the UK, they're going to have a bargaining position that's different than the smaller companies do in this country, or certainly individuals.
And just so you know, in case you don't know what a statin is, there are things like Lipitor and Mevacor and Zocor.
Yeah, there are a lot of those that are overused to manage cholesterol. The fact is, they shouldn't even be used most of the time in people for primary prevention, which means if they don't have a problem with a previous heart attack or a stroke, that they don't really provide much, they don't provide more benefit than they do harm. For people who've had a heart attack, you can make a good case for using statins. But to gouge people as much as you can, I think is just a bad sign.
And they can make you really sick. They can cause a lot of horrible side effects.
Well, they absolutely can. And more people are using them in this country than are in the UK as well. There's probably a third of people who are using them in this country compared to people in the UK.
So why doesn't our FDA or somebody do something to prevent this from happening? We're always talking about all of our high health care costs for prescription drugs.
Well, it's not the FDA's responsibility to monitor costs.
Who is it? Whose is it?
It's every individual's, because we've got business. Any way you want to practice it, you can get away with is legal in this country. So what we need to do is evolve to a higher level of consciousness, where what our goal is to provide service rather than see how much we can milk somebody for something.
We need some ideas from the UK.
Well, we could have socialized medicine here, which is what basically universal health care is, and that would solve it, because then we'd have the bargaining power of the whole organization. And I'm sure Medicare, when it pays these companies for the statin drugs, if there's a big discount that's involved. So what we're talking about is the free market and people under age 65 who have insurance. And this was a study that was done actually in a journal called Pharmacotherapy, and it was in January of the year 2012. So when we're looking at our state of where we are in terms of our evolutionary evolvement, we've got a long way to go, and it's what's holding healthcare back. It's what's holding back everything in this country. It's business law, medicine, sport, you pick it, politics. It's all more organized towards return on investment and profits. It's not really geared to see how much service we could provide and try to build up our karma so that, you know, we're doing the right thing.
And you know, if you think you do have a high ratio with your cholesterol and you might need some help, how about just trying lifestyle and do other things before resorting to something as powerful, besides being as expensive, as a statin drug. And on our website, drsaputo.com, we have a lot about statins.
Oh, yeah. If you want to learn about the side effects and learn about the benefits of lifestyle, that's the place to do it. It's all in audio and video, just like this. So when we're looking at what's happening in terms of the cost of health care, we have to look at what the pharmaceutical industry is doing, because they're really taking advantage wherever they can to make an extra buck. And when you see discrepancies like 4 times differences between one area and another area, you know that there's a lot of flexibility. And when you know how much money is made just from the sale of statins every year, it's a shocking thing.
And I guess if you do feel that you need to take a statin, why not take a generic one?
Yeah, really, that makes the same thing.
Less expensive.
All right, so we need to change the way we do business in this country to make it more service-oriented and a little less about return on investment. And that applies to statins for sure, and all the other pharmaceutical drugs that are out there. And if we get to a place where we're interested in providing service rather than money, we'll have a healthcare system that we can afford, where we get people doing the right thing, and with less disease.